This is the Arada M Series, and it's the best and the worst Arada I've used. Please like and subscribe. They make one M Series stove, but you can set it up in several ways. As a standalone stove, with little legs, a medium stand, or what I've got here, which is the tall log store. It's a wood burner with a nifty little ash pan design which makes clearing it out a little bit easier. But you do get best performance by retaining some of the ash, so it's a little bit swings and roundabouts when compared to other wood stoves. The other issue is it's a little awkward to get in and out. These stoves come with either steel or cast iron doors. I always recommend cast iron over steel because it ages, lasts and looks better over time. But it is a little more costly in this case. Well, let's try and light it. It's not an easy stove to light. You do need small logs, you do need kindling. It's fine if you do that, but yeah, if you cut corners and use a big log or something, you're going to be waiting a long time for it to heat up. So, really good practice with lighting. So make sure small logs on the base in a crisscross, and then your kindling well placed as well. How
many firelighters?
With this stove, 2. It's yes, it's not a forgiving stove at all. To be fair, if you get the lighting procedure, the setup of the fuel right, then you can just shut the door straight away. So lighting it was relatively easy and relatively quick. It did it in about 17 minutes. So yeah, as long as you get small logs, kindling, do everything right at the start, pretty good to light actually. Arada have always been known for getting clean glass right, and this is true here as well. It's eco-design ready, it's DEFRA approved, and it runs at just over 81% efficiency, so it's, yeah, clean as every other Arada. This stove does spill a little bit into the room, particularly during reloading. If you allow it to burn down to nothing, then you'll get away with it. But if there's any fuel on the fire, it does like to spill a bit of smoke and even flames come out a little bit. But it's not disastrous. And as I say, you just let it burn down, it works out all right. In terms of the controls, obviously the handle, in my first impressions video I was very unimpressed. It is adjustable and we have adjusted it and it does now do what it should. I still don't like it, I still haven't gelled with it because I don't like the idea that the downdraft on the chimney or a log falling against it hard. I want something mechanical that cannot open, and this is only pull. So I still don't like the handle, but they have improved it, or it is adjustable. The actual air controls, this is air from below the fuel, and obviously everything's fully open, and if we fully close that, as you can see, like most Aradas, it doesn't really do much. You've then got the main air control, which has the DEFRA kit on, and this is the air coming down the glass, keeping it clean. And again, we go from fully open to fully closed. and well, it sort of did something, but you know, if we fully open it now, there's not much going on. But obviously you've seen the ash pan. I can show you here how the ash pan works. Again, that's a little awkward. The controls on this appliance are a real weakness to it. Truth be told, most of everything else about it I quite like. We test fuel economy by getting the stove up to operating temperature and then seeing how long a single net of logs will burn at operating temperature on that stove. Arada surprised me here. This stove is, you know, the best I've tested from Arada. We got it to run for 9 to 11, just over 11 hours on a net of logs. So that's, you know, that's properly good. And yeah, despite the control, it would run even overnight. I had to be very cautious about running it overnight because of the handle, but it can do it. You know, the stove itself is performing from a functional point of view of data and figures and performance brilliantly. Really, really excellent. Well, the handle still doesn't have me convinced. Also, the look of it from the side isn't perfect. Obviously the ash pan is a little bit of a pain, and if I'm being really picky, where all these bases are separate, you get this little gap all around where dust and ash gets under, and of course it's hard to get out and clean it. But I can sort of, as long as the handle's safe, I can sort of get past these issues, and if you can too, then to be fair, it's the best performing Arada they've ever made. It's got no control, but it runs for hours on one load of fuel. It looks great when it's burning, it's clean, and I like that I can buy the legs or the log store separately. I can change and edit things and make it suit me. Not to mention all the mad colours that it's available in too. For more information, you can click on the link to the Arada website to find out more, or if you've got any questions, just drop me a comment and we'll come back to you.